Greetings, grappling fans! I don't know if you know this, I don't know if you noticed, but I am the most heart-stopping, jaw-dropping, eye-popping, high-flying, death-defying, awe-inspiring champion in all professional wrestling, Jason the Gift Kincaid, and you are watching the Wrestling Rundown!
You heard the man. Welcome back to the Wrestling Rundown, episode 108. No,
it's
wrong.
First video 109. You haven't even got it.
I'm not even used to it.
Yeah,
109.
Introed by none other than the gift, Jason Kincaid.
Yes, thank you to Jason Kincaid for allowing us to use his likeness and him endorsing the rundown, I guess. So thank you for that very much. And we're actually going to use that as a segue because he is on this week's ROH. So if you plan on watching ROH this week on Comet, you want to skip to the time down below so you're not spoiled. But if you're still listening to us, here we go. We opened up with Jason Kincaid taking on Donovan Dijak. This was a fantastic contest between these two. Jason Kincaid is just... I said this during the Top Prospect Tournament. He can make anything he wants happen in the ring.
Yeah, he's a really good, non-traditional high flyer.
Yeah, he embodies the word unorthodox.
Yeah.
And Donovan Dijak does things that a big man shouldn't be doing. He did a springboard elbow drop, and then Jason Kincaid got launched up onto the ropes and then back down into an X Factor. He did a suicide dive sunset flip that sent Donovan Dijak headfirst into the barricade. All kinds of shit going down. But Jason Kincaid would go for what looked like some sort of a monkey flip type maneuver where he would land on Donovan Dijak's hips, but Dijak would catch him and actually flip him up into Feast Your Eyes, hit Feast Your Eyes, and Donovan Dijak picks up the win.
Well, at least he's the winner of who gets to intro Indie News.
Yeah. Suck it, banana hands.
Don't actually suck it.
Moving on, we have
Because if you want to intro the Indie News too, go ahead, Donovan Dijak.
Yeah. No, that was me challenging him to intro the rundown.
Can you intro better than Jason Kincaid?
Give it a shot. Send us a video to fanstarwrestling@gmail.com. Boom. We have the Addiction defend the ROH Tag Team titles against Silas Young and the Beer City Bruiser.
Yeah, this was an interesting match.
And Daniels made sure that we knew that after all the unfair teams they've faced, like the Young Bucks and the Machine Guns, they're finally getting to face a team that they can respect. A team of real men, real wrestlers
who won't cheat.
Yeah.
Do anything bad.
In Silas Young and the Beer City Bruiser. And some amazing sequences in this match.
Yeah.
More than I expected. I mean, Silas Young always surprises me. Beer City Bruiser going as fast as he does at how big he is always surprises me.
Yeah, at one point you stepped out of the room and Beer City Bruiser did a running crossbody with Kazarian.
Yes,
and
then the age of Kazarian and Daniels, and they're still able to do the things that they do. It's absolutely fantastic. And it looked like Bruiser and Silas Young were about to pick up the win and become tag team champions because Kazarian got hit with Mercy, right?
Misery?
Or Misery, that's what. Why did I say Mercy? Misery. But then Daniels was able to hit Silas with Angel's Wings and take him out. Daniels jumps up, tries to fight Beer City Bruiser off the top rope. He ends up getting shoved down. Beer City Bruiser goes for a frog splash. Kazarian's able to move. Then Daniels hits the best moonsault ever, followed up by a springboard leg drop from Frankie Kazarian, and the Addiction retain the ROH Tag Team titles.
You mean the World Tag Team Championships of the world?
That's what I meant. That's not what I said, but that's what I meant. Thanks for
correcting you.
We had the Fish
You're
tag
welcome.
with the ROH World Television Champion Bobby Fish as he would conduct an interview between the two men that will fight over who will be the number one contender for his championship, that being ACH and Mark Briscoe. Mark Briscoe spent most of the time trying to figure out what ACH stood for.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of a clever, funny promo bit, but it seemed strange for it to be Mark Briscoe doing it.
Yeah.
Because it felt like it was like a promo that would have been written for somebody else.
Well, yeah, and it's Mark Briscoe isn't really the funny talk. Like, he's the loudmouth. Like, he just kind of says shit behind Jay. Jay is the promo guy of the Briscoes. Not that Mark did a bad job.
No, it just was awkward.
Yeah, it was a little different. But ACH would ultimately inform us that he understands that Mark has the hopes of becoming TV champion, but he wants to start his legacy. And if he wants to start his legacy, he has to beat Mark Briscoe and then beat Bobby Fish. So as of right now, ACH stands for Annihilating Chicken's Hopes.
Yeah.
So Mark Briscoe didn't take too kindly to that. We had Bobby Fish
Even in the promo video they played before after one of the commercial breaks, he said ACH was going to stand for Always Crushing Hopes.
Yeah.
He's a hope crusher.
Yeah. He's one of my favorites. I really like ACH. I'm not repping him right now, but I have before. So we have Bobby Fish join Kevin Kelly and
Nigel
McGuinness. I almost called him Desmond Wolfe. It's because we just watched the deletion. I got TNA on the brain.
Don't even.
Nigel McGuinness at ringside doing commentary for this match. Mark Briscoe and ACH have fantastic chemistry together. Lots of unique offense from both these guys.
Yeah, and then they had a spot where they sort of couldn't get on time with each other.
Yeah,
where ACH caught Briscoe's foot, and it's obvious that he's going to try and flip Mark. But Mark would go down and get ready, and then ACH wasn't ready, and then ACH went down and Mark wasn't ready, and so they're just kind of and then Mark just slaps ACH across the face, and they go for it again, and ACH doesn't grab Mark's foot, and so Mark hits him straight in the mouth.
Yeah, he boots ACH right in the face.
But then he's like, wait, I got it,
and
then he flipped him.
And then
they got there eventually.
And then there was also the really cool Mark Briscoe tried to go for the cactus elbow on the outside, and then ACH was able to move, and then whipped him into the post, and then did the runaround into the 619 head scissors on the outside, which was pretty damn cool. But ACH was in the driver's seat. He hit the brain buster, went up, was about to hit Midnight Star. He ended up getting the knees instead. Mark Briscoe then hits the Fisherman Buster, goes up, hits Froggy Bow, and Mark Briscoe is the #1 contender for the ROH World Television Championship.
Yeah, and the show goes off the air with him and Bobby Fish standing in the ring looking at each other like they're going to make love.
Right.
Or fight for a belt.
I think that's what they were going to do. But that's it for ROH. We're going to move on.
You don't use the same look for both of those things?
No.
I do.
Oh, okay. To each their own. We're going to move on to some other results. Kevin Hawk, what happened?
Alright, so I had, like I said, 2 shows this weekend from Combat Zone Wrestling. I'm going to give you a little precursor right now. The show that happened on Saturday, New Heights, we have not gotten results in yet. So if by the time this comes out, if there are results for this, they're going to be up on the screen just after I finish talking about the show that happened on Friday, the 8th, Freelance Wrestling versus Combat Zone Wrestling from Chicago, Illinois. We opened up with AR Fox winning a 6-person scramble match. Then we had the Ethan Page versus Robert Anthony 2 out of 3 falls tables match. The first fall...
It was ego versus ego.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
The battle of who had the bigger ego, because both guys have ego nicknames.
And 2 out of 3 falls tables match. Very interesting.
Yeah. Ethan Page took the first fall with a cutter through a table on Robert Anthony. Anthony would come back and take the second fall, pushing Ethan Page off the top rope, I believe, through a table. And then for the third fall, both men fell through the table at the same time, so the match was ruled a draw. And they didn't stop fighting after that. They kept fighting until they made their way back to the locker room. So, unresolved issues, to say the least. We had Bryce Benjamin defeat Stevie Fierce. Jasmine Jones defeated Rob Matter. The Team Freelance Wrestling defeated Team CCW in the 8-person tag team match when Sally Stitches defeated David Starr. We had the Ultra Violent match where Sugar Dunkerton, our boy Sugar D, would defeat DJ Hyde in an Ultra Violent match. Yeah,
very nice.
GPA would defeat a guy named the pen smudged Cialone. It was an I Quit match, and the only reason why this stands out in my head is that he made him say I quit by kicking him in the groin repeatedly.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
What the
GPA stands for Giant Protrusive Asshole. For making the guy say I quit by kicking him in the groin repeatedly. Then we had the 2 championship matches.
Yeah.
Matt Tremont successfully defending the CZW Championship from Isaiah Velasquez, and Prince Mustafa Ali successfully retaining the Freelance Championship from Jonathan Gresham.
And I dropped my phone.
He dropped his phone. That's it for
Alright, so
the results. Little news action.
Well, if there are results for the CZW, you'll see them now. Now let's move on. We've only got one quick news story. We're just gonna.
I got a baby news story.
Oh, do your baby news story.
That is a pun. Because my baby news story is that James Storm and his wife are expecting a child.
Yay!
Congratulations, James Storm and wife.
Yes. So we updated you. The first 20 participants announced for BOLA last week. We'll just run through those names real quick. We got Cody Rhodes, Kamatachi, Jeff Cobb, Mark Haskins, Dalton Castle, Pete Dunne, Sammy Callahan, Tommy N, Trevor Lee, Adam Cole, John Hennigan, Jack Gallagher, Matthew Riddle, Ricochet, Manders, Chris Hero, Phoenix, Kyle O'Reilly, Matt Sydal, and Marty Skrull.
But now we're going to add the final 4.
That being Pentagon Jr.,
Jushin Thunder Liger,
Will Ospreay, and Zack
Sabre Jr.
So, holy shit.
And another stacked one. It's as stacked as last year.
This is going to be fantastic.
It's as stacked as this is going to be a technical phenomenon of a tournament.
No, there are some amazing, just unbelievable wrestlers in BOLA. As if last year wasn't fantastic enough, I think they're really going to up it this year.
Absolutely.
So, that's it for news. So you know what that means. It's time for upcoming
shows.
Alright, I've got no upcoming shows. I'm going to be talking about the G1 Climax for New Japan next month. So it'll be a little while till I've got some upcoming shows. But Kevin Hawk, what's happening this weekend?
I've got 3 shows this weekend. 3 of them. We've got 2 from Evolve and 1 from Beyond. So we're going to start on Saturday. That's the 16th coming up here. We're going to have Evolve 64.
Alright.
We're going to have Zack Sabre Jr. versus TJP.
Ooh.
We're going to have Johnny Gargano.
Two Cruiserweight Classic guys.
Yeah, these are, the first 2 matches are Cruiserweight Classic showcase matches.
Oh.
Because the second match is Johnny Gargano versus Cedric Alexander.
Nice.
We're going to have a grudge match between Drew Gulak and Drew Galloway. Who's Drewier? There's going to be a Roderick Strong versus Matt Riddle. And then in the main event, Timothy Thatcher defends the Evolve Championship versus Marty Skrull.
Alright. That's a good card.
Then the next day at Evolve 65, we're going to have an open challenge from Catch Point being represented by Drew Gulak, Tracy Williams, and Fred Yehi. And it's an open challenge for who wants to try out to be in Catch Point.
Interesting.
So it's a little open casting call, if you will, of who wants to join their faction.
If you will.
Then we're going to have potentially new Evolve champion Marty Skrull versus Matt Riddle.
Alright.
We're going to have Tommaso Ciampa versus Cedric Alexander.
All
That's
right.
another Cruiserweight Classic Showcase match. Then there's going to be a grudge match between Johnny Gargano and Drew Galloway. Drew Galloway's got a lot of grudges going on in Evolve.
Drew Galloway's an angry man, so
Yeah.
he makes a lot of enemies.
And then in the main event, or what might be the main event, if Timothy Thatcher is still the champion going to Evolve 65, he will defend the championship against TJP. But also on the 17th is a Beyond Wrestling show titled Flesh. This is happening in the same arena as Evolve 65, which has 2 people who are on the Evolve 65 show. So there's a couple of people doing double duty on Sunday.
Wow.
There's going to be a Women's Wrestling Revolution showcase match between Lufisto and Veda Scott. We're going to have a 6-person tag team match. We've got the Hit Squad teaming with Brian Fury to take on EYFBO and Jaka of Team Pazuzu. We're going to have a one-on-one match between Chris Dickinson and Pinky Sanchez. We're going to have a grudge match between Kimber Lee and JT Dunn. Tommaso Ciampa will face Matt Riddle, and there must be a winner in this one. There's not going to be any draws. There's not going to be disqualifications. There has to be a winner.
So they're the 2 coming from Evolve, facing each other. So they're not only working separate matches on Evolve, but then they're facing each other
at Beyond.
Which
I think the Beyond show is going to be first. I'm not sure, though. I didn't look at the times. And then the
Right
main
now.
event is going to be a rematch between Zack Sabre Jr., also double dutying, because not double dutying the day, but he's working the Evolve
the day
show
before.
and he is going to be taking on Jonathan Gresham.
Holy shit, that'd be an awesome match.
Yeah, it was already, and it will be again.
I want to see it.
The rematch.
I want to see it.
That's it. That's all I got.
That's all we got.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like and comment and subscribe.
Share the video
Do it.
and click all the links.
Extra shares and
All the
thumbs
links.
ups if you like Jason Kincaid.
Yes. Be sure to thank Jason Kincaid for lending us that intro. We appreciate it very much.
Absolutely. He's a cool dude.
He will be tagged like crazy. Kevin Hawk got the chance to meet him.
Write down in the comments who you want to see open the Wrestling Rundown.
Yeah. Got suggestions? Post down in the comments. But the most important thing in this video, in the description, are the links above ours. You've got our videos, or our links in every single video.
Every single one of them.
They're always there, all the social medias, the podcast, all that stuff. But the links at the top of the description are talking about all the people that we talk about on the regular on the indie news.
So click them.
We're talking Chikara. We're talking ROH.
Combat Zone Wrestling.
We're talking Attack Pro.
AIW.
We're talking
AAW.
all those.
Shimmer. Evolve.
All those people. But we want to add more names to that list if you are willing to tell us what your favorite or your local promotions are.
Yeah, and give us websites, give us Facebooks, give us YouTube pages, send us videos. You can share them to us on all those different forms of social medias you see in the links below, on our Facebooks, on our comment below, on the YouTube, Instagram comments. What else can they comment on? Tumblr? Can they talk to us on Tumblr?
If you
can
post,
email to us. There's 2 different email addresses down there, you sons of bitches. I'm
hell,
getting into this.
You could even post a link to a video on a comment to our podcast. Where do you go from there? So do that, and if we like what we see, if we want to add it to our list, we will not only add them, we will not only
attention.
we will not only continuously talk about them on our indie news, but we'll give you a shout out, just like we gave to Jamie for telling us about Attack Pro. For those of you that want to watch the video, check out the playlist. It's got all of our videos from this week. The usual stuff this week. Nothing out of the ordinary, except if you want a little preview about the upcoming WWE Cruiserweight Classic. We do a little rundown of the...
Well, that's last week's playlist.
I am so confused by this thing on
This week's playlist, we're gonna in the midweek wrap up, or just after the midweek wrap up, we're gonna have the first ever Cruiserweight Classic recap show.
Yeah. So look forward to that.
Don't listen to anything he just said.
Also,
This man's full of nonsense.
Also, there may be a special video coming out this weekend. but you won't know until I decide to tell you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next. I am so fucked up by this schedule.
Fuck you, Cornet! Let's go get some Pokemon.